The judge found her guilty of smuggling, a cannabis vape pen through the airport. And she was facing 10 years. She got 9 years. Of course, and the White House was trying to negotiate a prisoner swap to this is Russia trying to act as though this is any way on the same level. So they have Griner. We have this dude called the Merchant of Death, Victor Bout. He's a terrorist. And apparently it's been floated that we would trade him. He's this arms dealer. He worked with the Soviet military. He's he's a bad dude. And we've had him in custody for a while. He was arrested in Thailand on terrorism charges. And then working with the American authorities and Interpol. And then he was extradited. And he was trying to get arms to the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia for use against U.S. forces in Colombia. He was denying this, et cetera, et cetera. This is all back in 2008. He apparently was able to get around embargoes. He kind of looks, I was looking at a picture of him. He kind of looks like if Robin Williams had a brother who was an actor and took on goofy roles and wore 70s stashes, he would look like that. It's kind of what he looks like. It's what he looks like. I mean, it's interesting. So he is, he's a bad guy. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. He's a damn terrorist. And he was convicted. He's been, he was charged with conspiracy to provide material support, resources to designated foreign terrorist organizations, conspiring to kill Americans, all kinds of stuff. And apparently that film Lord of War from 2005 is about him. And this whole, proposal to swap him, I don't even know how that came up, to swap him for Brittney Griner, as though bringing pot into a country is in any way on the same level with what this guy has done. And that's why Russia gave her this crazy sentence, because they want to, that's what they're trying to sell their people. Like, look, this is the same thing. Now we can just do a simple prisoner swap. I think she had a pot vape pen or pot in a vape pen or whatever. It's not the same thing as what this guy does and what he has done. What's stupid is that everybody knows that Russia's super strict with stuff like that. Why in the hell would you bring it in? Why would you bring it in the first place? Why should a guy who is a terrorist and responsible for killing Americans, why should he be set free because you were stupid? That's what we don't get. I don't understand this. 9 years for it. And she's like, her past stuff, she's protested during the national anthem and all this. And I just think it's kind of funny. She said the national anthem has no place in sports. She's done that whole thing, protesting the anthem, all this stuff. Has criticized the United States. She's like, the Star Spangled Banner is racist. She's one of these progressives who says this kind of stuff. I mean, you know what? You wanted the kind of, cultural revolution that we saw under Mao. So, enjoy it in Russia. That's just my thought. And not as punishment for her doing that. It's just she seems to prefer that kind of life. She wants that kind of country, that kind of government. Well, hey, baby, you got it now. Enjoy it in jail. Wash my hands. That's the response the United States should have. Honestly, this isn't about, now Paul Whelan, he was the guy who didn't do nothing. This guy, he's the other guy that was detained in Russia. He's a prisoner. Apparently Russia was said to have rejected that proposal anyway. But he was arrested in Russia in 2018 and accused of spying, and he got a 16-year prison sentence. I mean, I think it's just going after Americans that's what they're doing. They're just going after Americans. So This, I don't understand why we're having this conversation, or why it's like that Biden has weighed in on it. He immediately reacted. He's given her so much attention. She went in with some pot. Some people were saying, well, what if this was LeBron James? It would have been a lot different if it was LeBron James. I really don't care, and this is what you wanted. You didn't like hateful old America. You wanted the kind of revolution that leads to government setups like this. Enjoy it. This is what you wanted. This is, you didn't like the freedom in America. You didn't like the anthem. You were complaining about this and that. So here you got the antithetical representation of it existing as Russia. Enjoy it. There you go. Does that mean? No. If we better not be trading no terrorists for her. A guy who's killed Americans. It's infuriating. Everybody's like, I mean, if you look at this, it's like top story of Daily Mail. Everybody's falling all over themselves. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. She's getting 9 years in prison. She had marijuana vaping materials. I mean, and she goes, I never meant to hurt anybody. I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any laws. She goes, it's an honest mistake. It's not. You knew what you were doing. So I don't know. She pled guilty last month. The response from the media, oh, well, conservatives are mocking. No one's mocking. We're just saying this is what you wanted. Now you got it.